Hello. Oh boy. Today is gonna be interesting. My head has been kind of out of the game in a major way recently. So I don't really have a firm set plan for how the season is gonna go exactly. Except that I know that most of the stuff that I had from last season was pretty good. In terms of mods, trap setups, stuff like that. But I pulled some stuff just to be holding more options because I don't really know what today is going to look like. And so that means we're lighter on defense, which means we're probably way more exposed. So we'll see. Truly, I have no idea. I also tried some freaky stuff, and I assume it's probably not that good, but I just kind of wanted to try. Kind of wanted to play with some toys. So we'll see. We're very much just figuring some stuff out right now. So, here we are. I don't know if the opponent is attacking or if they're waiting or what's up. But, yeah, we're here. We're in it. Trench being immediately visible makes me think it might be lighter. Alright, it definitely looks lighter. So, I have less stuff on defense than usual, and they're a little bit lighter. Okay, so this might be a cheese battle type of day, and that's probably not gonna be how this goes for me. I don't know, I kind of just trying to collect information day one, I think. Just learning. My Star Kelleran sucks, and I'm very kind of sour on Datacron spending overall right now, so I'm not gonna spend more money to try to fix that for 2 more seasons. I have our Poscron. It has like 10% crit damage. That's like the highest Reposcron that I have. That is going to continue to be the highest that I have. It was actually kind of funny to me as I was trying to get it. It kept on rolling protection and defense, and I was like, listen. Any other day, I'm grateful. Oh, sorry. It's now, I'm proud to announce 29%. It just kept on hitting protection or defense. I was like, listen, you know me. I'm grateful. And any other Datacron, I'm grateful, but just give it up. That's what those crowns that are so bad. Dude, I barely play this Conquest. Again, had not really been in the game, have very much just needed a break after recent events, and just... This Conquest is actually going to be a little bit sweaty for me. You know, I mean, some of the 40 events I haven't started yet. It's going to be like, what, 8 battles per day? So, like, definitely doable, but it's going to be tight. Not necessarily looking forward to it. But anyway, I guess I'm just going to be trying this for the first time. And we'll see how this goes, and well, how much defense do they have? Okay, so not a hellish amount. I think we just send it. They got the double heal block. And this is pretty much what I run to. Alright. I'm not calling this a science day by any means, but I have some expectations for general trajectory. Also, I mean, they pulled a lot of stuff, so honestly, this might not even hit for anything, but we're out here. We're shopping. We're window shopping. We're looking for opportunities. Mandos on offense are alive. Again. Whatever. Opponent was not showing that many GLs posted, so maybe getting Maul out of dodge was actually kind of fortuitous. But I don't think I left Lord Vader necessarily the best spot, and I think I might have hurt one of my other teams in the process. Oh, we can talk about it later after the round's over, right? But let's lose this. You shouldn't have roared at the end at least. Yeah, I'm gonna get red box. Not really looking to compromise that, but just it's the everything else bit. I don't really remember how I want to play this. I think we're just gonna let Cal do the double dispel here, then we get the inspired off. So the thing about Riposte is that I know that I can cause an early whirlwind if you're not careful. I think this Ray is just gonna be tanky enough that I don't think we're in danger of that necessarily. Dude, we have Riposte and I couldn't even tell that it hit her. Is the kind of basis that we're on right now, I guess. So that's fun. Okay, so we actually get an early lock on her, which means she is going to keep the inspired, but it does mean that we can just kind of go about our own devices, I guess. And that's taken care of, but ideally we would really like to get lock on Ben before ults. Would really... Oh, we need to get inspired off of her. I mean, do we care about timeout today? Again, today might be a cheese day, so any minus 20 is spooky, but... We got it off, but we are behind on lock progress, I would say. Back on inspired. Probably should have gone for stun there. She is not debuffed. Really could have used that critting. That heal block on EP is also a problem. And if we ult here, then EP could die immediately. I'm just going to go for the heal block. I believe she should not have a whirlwind for any other reason at the moment. Okay, the heal block is off, so now we just need Cal's or Starkiller to ult, but he's ability blocked. Oh, that was so close. Give me what I want. We'll be out. I insist. Yeah, she's so tanky, there's no way. We hit her for a hot 12k. I'll have you know. How are we permanently ability blocked? Is this a... No? What is happening? I don't remember this ever happening in the history of me doing Starkiller versus Ray. I take it she just got cleansed, so people are dead. Yep. I could try to kill Ben, but otherwise, this is just gonna suck. Yep. I think we can bank the damage, but... Dude, like... Wilds. It's just 2 turns. Dude, like, legitimately, I don't remember ever being locked out of ult like that. And I've held it before, too. I don't know. He was just slowing any turns. I know that we let Ben remove his turn meter once, so that might have had a ripple effect, but still, right? That doesn't quite account for everything. I guess I'm just going on Leia next. Alright. These are the only 2 GLs we see. They're possibly holding 6. That's kind of why I just assumed, like, alright. I don't have a solid set plan. This also could very easily just lose. So if they're playing for perfect efficiency, I'll be. It's just not going to happen today. And that's fine. There are 5 teams that are Lord Vader with 10% defense and gave up. Fennec doesn't really tend to care about defense. Alright, we win the speed war. And then we hope that that's enough to just snowball a win off of that. Surely, right? What do I want here? I want to save Hawk's Mass for R2 making stealth. I guess the only real play here. Okay, we are now free in that respect. Now I guess I just want to re-up on this stun. I'm a little more worried that we're not targeting Leia. Hawk's dead. Kind of surprised he didn't die sooner. Go back in prison. I don't remember saying that you were allowed to play. Alright. Steady. Just hold. Do we care to wait for level 3 ults? Or should we just go? I think I just go. Well, we've arrived here. I would imagine we should win this duel, but I guess I don't know. That would be a yes. Man, like, if this is the best Maul's gonna get, I really hope that we just save him for rear and see something better rear. Alright. The one time that I actually hold Maul for offense, he's not going on gas duty. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Maybe we don't have to answer it right now. We'll see. There's a non-zero chance that Maul could actually just get Rey here and keep everything else open. Put it this way. What reason does Maul have to believe that he can't beat Rey? They don't have much health steal, right? Ben will revive on every Maul blast. Okay, so that is a legitimate issue. Because that means that we could only kill Ben on a counterattack. Which if he does AoE, we will get, but otherwise, Rey is literally unkillable for us. Okay, fine. That's a real reason. And if it's not him, then what? I guess it's just JML. We don't really need Herman Yoda here. Maybe it's just Grandmaster. Just hit him with the tactical nuke. That thing is pretty good, huh? Well, it turns out when your only legitimately capable member is at the leader slot, problems ensue. Although, if ISE was taunting, all we would need is to kill Ben on Maul's last move, have Rey basic ISE, and then Rey would die without Ben reviving. So technically, it's not impossible. But still, I don't know. Not happening. We are no longer concerned. Yeah, where's your ability block now, huh? Brat. What do I want here? I kind of want to get her low while... Can we just kill you? Yeah, we can. That's funny. The classic whirlwind skip. We want her to be on one, and then we want you to be dead in the non-lead slot, and then we want you to be dead in the actual lead slot. Go away. I no longer require your services. Oh, Qui-Gon. I got on the brain in the last couple days. Not really. We'll talk about Kelleran after, but just hard to know what to think. Is this our Qui-Gon crown? It seems like a candidate. The most charitable read I can make for Kelleran is he did a body swap with Grandmaster Yoda. He's an attacker with a support kit, and Yoda's a support with an attacker kit. He's the opposite end of the deal with the devil that Yoda made years ago. The chickens came home to roost. Alright. Hi. Okay. "100% defense says yes. I wish you the best of luck in that endeavor." Oh! Well, I appreciate the dodge. But we have one hit left to get what we want. This is Cam's weapon to kill. Pretty sure. Double basic. And I can one-shot basic. Nope. Alright, we lose. But the days helps. Oh, maybe we don't lose. Cam tank clutch it out. Alright, we got there. I mean, item bottom front kind of just telegraphs that he's fishing for like a Reaver rear or something. Might as well go for this. Again, extremely do not remember last season. Does Scout... I know Scout has an unavoidable dispel. I guess we just kind of need to focus on preventing him from getting to use it so that we get to keep our buffs and have a good old time after that fact. We do not have a whole lot of buffs or crowns for light side. Yeah, I guess we're probably just over here then. Well, she didn't explode me. That sucked though. I'm a little bit worried that she's actually on basic right now. There's a world in which I kind of feel like I have to just use Tech Grenade just to go for a stabilize since we're so far off on Echo AoE. AoE for cleanse, I think. Yeah, but AoE before Echo AoE is like actually disastrous. We just have to play for stabilize, I guess. And in a roundabout way, we did get to where we needed to get to. Weird. Also, why are they swapped on sides? Annoying. We got the stun we're looking for, we got the termite removal that we're looking for, but it's still just... We really need to get the buff immunity to stop the stealth re-up. There we go. Death also stops stealth from happening. Useful. Okay. Choppy start, but we stabilized. Alright, I don't have Iden, but plenty of counters have emerged since. I mean, this is usually supposed to be a Padme, right? I believe. I mean, again, maybe that's supposed to be a Padme bait, though. What about troopers? Did we kind of establish that Lightside Mando's had a decent matchup here? I would imagine they have good tenacity. Also, Rebel DR is kind of spooky. They do not have a tenacity. I mean, they have a high amount of base still, but... Okay, gas style modding. What does that mean exactly? It means I don't really think I want to mess with that with Lightside Mandos. Right. Let's see. We got Dispel and then Blinded Days, but we don't have Tenacity up involved. Captain Rex, this is not. How many blinds does he have? My opponent? None. He's only showing 2 GL, so I imagine we're just getting cheese to oblivion today. I don't think this is the matchup. Maybe with Maul, but again, would like to hold Maul for rear. Look for anything fun for him to do. CLS Mirror question mark sounds largely miserable. I mean, Troop Racer is going to be not great for the Rebel 75% DR alone, right? That's kind of a deal breaker, I would imagine. I mean, okay, let's put it this way. What would the Padme bait actually be relevant for? Seer? It's not Tuskens. I mean, listen, we're holding... Well, I guess we're now holding one GL. We're holding one GL and we're holding them all. Maybe we could just eat the bait. Maybe that's just fine. I lost this last time because I went for the wrong person. Define wrong. I need to start using GAC Insight would actually be so fast to find which I lost. Let's see. 552-475-294. Add. Attacker lead. Padme. Defending CLS. I went for CLS first and lost to Chupio plus C-3PO. But imagine we're doing the opposite this time. I wonder if there's a world where I'm just supposed to use, like, Padme and AoE first. I was also using R2 last time. Do we even have him this time? I guess light side protection up is a minor boost to us. Not a whole lot of crons again. Stats are almost too nice to be used for this. I guess this is really just a question of which Leia team did I post. I guess I posted R2. Am I happy that I posted R2? Depends on if my Leia was fast enough, I guess. Well, hopefully she was. Yeah, I guess I'm just taking the Chupio kill. Should I be worried about protection health ratio? I mean, it's, you know, definitely up there. If it's not this, we're basically just gambling, right? Okay, we'd be going into Backwall with what? Sith Eternal, Afra, Maul. Bounty Hunters for Lord Vader, Knights Assist for Jabba. I'm assuming Jabba just didn't get posted. What am I not thinking of? Yeah, he's definitely at least trying to attack against it. So the number we saw is post Datacron. Yeah, I don't think we can. I'll respect it. If this is a cheese fest, then I could almost just like toss it and see or whatever. Just say go next. Maybe I take that gamble, actually. But a couple of backpacks because you felt lucky. I mean, the odds are so awful on that. Honestly, I would just treat that pack as shipments. Just horribly priced shipments. So no reason why I should be nervous here. We're just gonna link both of them and then they will proceed to never crit, and Expose won't really do anything to us. Like, maybe they'll get some decent turn meter, but I feel like we're just gonna be chilling. There's no way this is dangerous. What Adrad work? I'm saving Adrad for Riva. I get it, like, I assume they're just massively cheesing, but on principle, it's still good practice. Okay. We're not trying to ultless full banner, are we? Probably should. Probably should. Did we get grace period there anyway? Maybe? Yep, it's super cheese, of course. Yep, they should win pretty easily then. Do we care to Afro? Like, we know Afro can do Savage, but this is still gonna be messy. I assume all one-shots. They're literally holding, they're holding 6 GL, they're holding, Malicos, they're holding Malgus. Yeah, no, they're gonna full clear. All one-shots. I don't know if Afra's cooldown increase goes through Foresight. Right? This looks so much scarier if we don't get the cooldown increase on the opener. I mean, not that Afra really had a tank to begin with, but even more so now, right? Mandalorians don't really do well with debuffs at the moment. That's probably spooky. This might just be Cal, right? I guess. How bad should I feel about spending 2 Jedi squads here? I mean, basic team count. 1, 2, 3 bounty-ners. I don't know if they really count outside, but let's call it 4, 5, 6. Don't put eating here today. I didn't really look for it. We'll call it 7, 8, 9, 10 potentially. 11 if we count troopers. Well, possibly for light side Mandos. I mean, it really depends on how we split this. Maybe Maul could even make 3 separate Mando teams today. We did Wampa here, right? I feel like the process is proven. Normally we do Jedi here. Haven't really played against you. Don't really have a firm opinion on you. Maybe just after that. Yeah, my Wampa's pretty well invested, I would imagine. He should be fine against Droidy Code. My Wampa is a little bit faster than usual. It's like 220, 240-ish, so... Alright, I put CP on me. Yeah, it's just a bunch of better attacks. Alright, we'll see. Issue, JKR, and like Ezra exists, but we're not really out here like, oh man, I can't wait to take. Yeah, nah, I think we gotta force that. I'm not doing JKR versus Zori with no attacker. I mean, this could just be a JCal lead. Increasingly seeming like it probably should be. That or like you. I mean, health healing is so whatever here. They have plenty of ways to stop it. This should be fun. Alright, back to Lightside Land, where crowns don't exist. I guess we'll just take the starting protection up. I mean, we're gonna instant kill Savage. We don't really need to worry about damage on the rest since they shred their own armor. We'll be fine. JKL Mace against Zori seems okay. Jedi Squad past that kind of doesn't really exist anyway. Yeah, this is okay split. Still a little bit pricey for my blood, but... Sure. The retribution is going to feed Savage a pretty solid amount. Not the biggest fan of that, but not much choice but to deal with it. I would like to stop counterattacking now. That's just not gonna happen, is it? Until Barris dies. Finally. I mean, team is in bad shape, but we probably have to do that. Okay. Or that could happen. So what's the option there, then? We don't have a second Jedi that can't counterattack, right? Maybe it's just two-man JCal Hermit? Huh. Fun little infinite loop. Yeah. Kelleran Beck will exist when Bo-Katan exists, and not a moment sooner. Yeah, I think we were legitimately just better off as a two-man. Like, there's no real Jedi we can draft there that stops us from infinite looping. Maybe you argue that, like, Mace counterattacks would get Terminator so that we could try to, like, interruptive overflow, but that's not... That's not an out. Interesting. I mean, there's a decent chance as well, though. But, like, the problem is, right, even if we go staff into dual wield it back into staff to get to 30, A, that's exposed as hell. B, we're still going to be getting retribution at some point anyway, right? So maybe there was a call to try to just camp in dual wields. Try to hit a point where we're more sustainable. Yeah, I don't know. That was crazy. Honestly, I guess the best option there was just Watt, right? I would have to imagine. Yeah, no, legitimately. Watt solves the puzzle. Oh, they're preloaded, so I guess Affer might just be the best person in the scramble here. Surely. I feel like we're not going to increase our cooldowns, and I feel like we're just going to get immediately wiped. Okay, cooldowns were increased. Yep. I mean, the two-tune torture is definitely kind of MVP here. We barely had any debuffs landed. Interesting choice. There's a very real chance that they're just gonna re-deathmark me. Or that could happen. I mean, Bastil's gonna be the most likely kill, but I was just kind of curious on the equalize. 50-50 hit a Bastil assists. We won't have CBM, but we still just have all the debuffs. I mean, we haywire out, but then we're still just immediately dead. Lovely. So using Barris just immediately caused me to lose, though. That's pretty cool. Dior was on basic, so there's a decent chance he's on immediate insanity. We could go for the Gideon slow play. I don't think Maul really has a chance here. I mean, it's a lot of true damage, but it's still a lot of separate hits that could heal Savage ultimately. Oh, it's a new level. Do I care to heal yet? I guess might as well. There we go. Yeah, but now we're basically out of teams. Is this really the best choice that we're gonna get from all? Do we want to kill Ewoks or do we want to kill... Probably not Zori. I guess Zori might not be that bad, actually. Some stealth, but still less damage overall. Okay, honestly, like, we might just be doing separate teams today. Like 3 Mandalorian teams. Maul, Pause, and then IG-12, or Gar ASC. Let me guess, 1 drop and he's about to finish clean clearing otherwise? Not exactly, but he should still win. Yep. I guess you would want health steal. But you still don't really want to skimp on damage. 10% health steal? That's the good stuff. I'd imagine the damage buffs are more important than regen and resist for this. This is just a safe on up. Oh boy. Man, I'm really hoping the next 2 months this is gonna be Chi standard. It wouldn't shock me given, right? We lost a lot of defense tools, they added a bunch of offense tools, but So basically, we're just waiting for Wampa to hit AoE on Grievous to actually kill him once, I guess. Alright, there's one kill. 2 should come fairly quickly, I'd imagine. Although Drinic is the one who died, right? I didn't even see Grievous die. I looked at chat for a second. Insane gameplay. I love cheese season. Do you remember that some of these teams need to be taking set 12? Or at least allegedly. We have a Scoundrel anti-revive, we have a Scoundrel anti-revive, and we have a Scoundrel basic reset. I guess that Dash can take the 32% physical accuracy. Dude, that's not even worth running over just like a good stat package, I feel like. He only gets cash in on this value once. And like, right, if we're talking like a heavier defense, and like, I'm not really expecting people to be posting Afro, but the example I could think of would be like, what, we're playing Dash, Hondo. That immediate reset matters because we're playing for a burst game plan that we just need to finish the fight immediately. Otherwise, why would I not just want crit damage, light side buffs, defense, health? The math doesn't add up. Uh-huh. What do I want? I actually might just swap stun. Normally not a fan of that line as much. But I do just want the base turn. Wow. That sure was some League of Legends. I'm sorry, I don't know, my mental's not been in the best spot lately. I'm being dumb for no good reason. Just... Alright, so who's actually, like, on the power level? This strikes me as, like, a CLS possible thing. Let's put it this way. I think a lot of us could probably agree on this. I'm glad that we're coming into a holiday. Really just use some recharge time. A good old reset. Sword for 19% armor pen, yeah. That's the stuff. Could play for a little bit of a juggle game plan. I would like to land my second confused now, please. Anytime now. Nope. Not this time. You sure? That's the targeting you want? Okay. We're not quite full. We're probably not gonna be. Maybe? Okay, we actually got there. Did we usually use troopers here? 15% armor pen. The monster. I mean, troopers are going to be annoyed by Dooku counterattacks, I guess. But we don't even need to give them to her, right? Just... yeah, I think this is just basic. This is what I was wondering, is like, when is it ever more interesting? Like, I don't think Veers has the lethal here, but Veers basic on Trench probably doesn't either. So we just mass on Dooku. Oh, we do. Okay. Seems good. Day stops Newt from taking a bonus. Sure. How dumb do we want to go? I'm thinking pretty dumb. I mean, this could be bounty hunters. Probably not Maul against nests. Oh, is it not a... There's not Omicron. Contract acquired. He's an outmaneuver, so I guess we're just doing this first. Like, holistically, we're probably not supposed to give him last standing, but, like, he only has single target. I would assume Bosk is qualified. One more crit for the road. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Although this isn't the new turn, is it? Unamas. Okay. For you, it will be weird. Yeah, we can't do Gar ISC here. Much as I wanted to. I guess this is Maul. This is the last 4 teams, right? I'm pretty sure. French was last up top. Maul, Bow, Django? I guess? Or armor, maybe? Yeah, probably armor. Nah, but we want Bow for light side bandos. Something like this. And then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. Something like that. Okay, how many dark side buffs do we have left? I feel like we'd rather just give this to Gar ASC. Yeah, maybe just go this route. What, so I guess the read is, now that we have set 10 gone and set 12 doesn't do anything, any set 11 that we don't have on light side or dark side buffs is just increasingly inconsequential. That's fun. Does he just have no health steal? What's up with that? I expected more out of you. I mean, we can't really go cheap on Captain Rex. Yeah, I don't know if Light Side Meadows can actually, like, get through Rex Unique. Especially if we don't have Light Side buffs. Yeah, just something like that, maybe. There's a real chance that we just time out on this. Whatever, I'm gonna use them. Okay. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, but the heal block on IG-12, that's right. Actual good character with actual good kit. I was gonna bitch about Bo getting called, but then they died, so that, you know, agreeable. Good characters, good kits, good characters, good kits. Good characters, good kits. Not Kelleran Beck. Weird how that works out, where it's actually kind of fun to play with characters with good kits. I'm always saying this. Pause. There's an AoE days here, and I took them off of tenacity modding for Maul purposes, and there's no Maul here. So, also there's a stealth. There's a very decent chance that they just go around the horn twice and we just don't get to play the video game. But also there's an AoE tenacity down here. Do I trust? Can I trust? Should I trust? Taking it off the tenacity might have been a major mistake. Or rather, trying to get 3 Mandalorian teams today was probably the mistake of all mistakes. They don't have Scout, right? I mean, I could just run Throne at some point. You trust versus Bounty Hunters. AoE tenacity down. Stealth. Stun. I do not. But will kill himself and so will Dengar. Doesn't he go into stealth off of this, though? I feel like he stealths from somewhere. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he stealths off of AoE, but where? Oh. I mean, would we get counterattacks on him before that point? I feel like this is way more manageable, honestly. Like, we could easily just do Thrawn lead, too. Like, what, the worst thing I could say is that 8th Brother will be annoying, but also it's Thrawn lead against Inquisitors, so, like, fuck it. That's a lot of debuffs for us. That doesn't sound so bad. Or just fracture you. About that. That doesn't sound so bad either. I think I want that. Uh-huh. And then... Probably be using this, huh? I don't remember why they retaunted. They're not retaunting anymore. And then... Don't kill him. Don't kill him. He's done. He's... Okay, we got full banners anyway. Why is Malik a bad idea here? I'm not a cheese lore master. I fucking hate cheese matches so much, man. Alright, let's see. Boba. Malik 100% won, right? He passed the vibe check. Wow, 20% protection up. Now that's synergy. Take that. Alright, seems like we got ourselves a little rotation going here. Get resisted on. I feel like they barely crit me early on. Interesting. Or like, in theory, there's a game state where they repeatedly don't crit me, but they also keep landing stuns. And so I just fall further and further into crit avoidance land where they just never crit. The premise, I guess, being that the drain should just break us even eventually, but they almost... Right, in theory, right? We got stunned through the second drain, that we could have lost the third drain otherwise. Alright, there's the, like, what, 1584 and... I guess the points are theoretically close. I have, like, softmax, but not really. That's pretty much what I thought it was. We'll just go to reinforcement. Dagger start. Yeah, sure. Bleed zone's 219. 438 is the soft max number I usually remember. You're not wrong. You're not wrong by any means. I appreciate the advance, man. Yeah, well. Welcome to the cheese season. Enjoy your stay. See, I don't even feel like I was attacking fast. It was just the teams are all paper. It's just not the point of the season, I guess. Sequencing. Yeah, still looks like this. And then... no foresight. And then... and then... why did I get a kill on basic and then immediately get full turn meter? Is there a passive I'm forgetting? Hey? And then we get stuns. And then we wait a while. And then we dodge twice and get all the turn meter to our capital ship because it's skillful. It's in the scythe. Gotcha. I mean, buff immunity here. There's no reason not to take this. There's no point in using this if there's no buffs to take, right? A lot of protection. I don't know. That's probably worth. It did nothing. I guess the heal was also contingent on getting buffs. One turn off. He's dead. Like -3 banners though. Okay. Again, I'm not really a cheese lore master here, but... oh, can... see, I was thinking profundity with their reinforcements. What about Leviathan? Huh. I mean, whatever. After that guy, like, perfect cleared me last season, I figured this was stuff I was going to have to learn eventually. I just don't know the answer. I know GAC Insight has, like, ship battle data, but also, like... ship battle data. Oh, wait. But we can, no, it's Insight, so we can actually kind of filter it. It's no longer a bunch of people who don't know how to play Finalizer against Houndstooth exec. What's top 10, top 20, top 50 centralized around? Like 3,900? Okay, let's say 3,800. Can I pull this up too? It'd be interesting to see. We got more than enough time for me to set it up too. Browser window. We'll learn together. Because I sure shit don't know. GAC Insight. Put it on screen. Flashbang out. Ew. Reinforcements. Exact. Wait. That's not right. Where are cleanups? Oh. Yeah. Reinforcements. Exact. What the fuck are you talking about? See, this is what I was thinking. Right? Like, I expect some losses, but still should be playable. But no Leviathan attempts. Let's take it at 3,700. Cleanups are off, to be extremely clear here. Oh, I guess this was just people cooldown pulling. Nah, it's a cooldown pull. Yeah, fair enough, never mind. Alright. Cheese lore. Alright. I'm putting a ban out on Mace. This ship is too powerful. And you. It's still just us. Alright. People really not trying Leviathan, or is it just the assumption that people are posting it? What if we take it to 3,500? What the fuck? So the 438 number is based on it's what, 73 times 3, right? I don't know if I'm powerful enough for this. I mean, also this is Kyber 2. Get me out of here. You're in there. I was actually kind of wondering. I don't feel like it might have been. Alright, make a new tab. So you really telling me that no one's done Leviathan, no reinforcement? I guess Leviathan is like fairly reinforcement dependent. I guess that's true. Male violence. Damn, here's one. There's 76. Wow. Insane. Yeah, nah. Malevolence was like an actual counter to that ship. Probably not it. This has way too much banner bleed. Probably not it. Surely. Isn't it even enough? 76 and 77. $16.57 plus 219 plus 76 plus 77 plus be 2 batters over. Okay. So I have to jump through 2 hoops successfully. Millennium Falcon has to now be asleep at the wheel. Surely. Y-Wing has to survive. Not even close. I feel like this is going to come down to did Y-Wing survive or not. I mean, there is one example of Y-Wing being dead and still winning, but 74 banners instead of... Do I win a tiebreak? I have no idea what size Tom Ford is. Actually, maybe. Is it time? The one time I can actually possibly win on tiebreak? Alright, what's the math? 1657 plus 219. So it's 151. Alright, this is literally just Y-Wing decides. This is literally just RNG. Alright, cool. There's no world where, like, Negotiator is more interesting, is there? I mean, not for exact kind of matchup, but... Yeah, Galactic Republic also kind of likes their reinforcements. Not to the same degree, but not far off either. That is... Oh, okay, that is a Falcon assist. It came late. No double tap. No double tap. I'm so good at this game. I'm so fucking good at this game, dude. I mean, I'm just feeding turns back to Outrider to heal Y-Wing, right? Did I say Y-Wing when I meant Outrider? Maybe. One of life's mysteries. Ult acquired. All right, there is actually some theory behind this, right? Like, we need to focus our efforts on, like, Superosa is a heal. So we want to save Superosa until close to closing time, I believe. Go. We are full banners at the moment, but the danger is we need to make sure that it stays that way. I think we've achieved that. Okay. Penny pinching battle 1 done. See, I don't know if I... Like, how does Leviathan manage to stay full banners with only 1 missing? I don't know if this makes sense to me. Like, I know Fury has plenty of protection regen there. Leviathan. Fury. Dagger. B. No protection found. I mean, obviously we got it here, right? I don't think. I mean, we ignore protection, he gains protection, but we don't. Oh, wait. Oh. Valuable intel. Okay, that's kind of wild. Oh, there you go. There's some too. Okay, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, it's up, Jim. I don't really know shit better theory either. If a 73 wins it for us, then I imagine there's a world where we're supposed to just take a reinforcement, but like, does that actually just... So an unused slot is 1, alright? So if we call in Sith Fighter... I don't know. So what, this is a possible 77, you miss a banner at 76, you add Sith Fighter at 75, you lose protection at 74, you lose health at 73? Or something like that? I don't know. I have no idea. What if I take reinforcements exact off? If I add Leviathan? Nobody has done only Sith Assassin. We could make history here. Look at this. Reinforcements exact. The only player in the 3700. Wait. My numpad is broken. Nobody has ever thought of the lone Sith Assassin reinforcement. Instant kill? Never. That's a kind of interesting tech here. Emperor Shuttle. Looking a little bit happier. I guess Shuttle tops off. Oh, but this is Sith Assassin starter. Damn. What? How... Did they just, like, look at the silhouettes wrong? And then get a 73 anyway? Interesting. So when I put it on exact 1 reinforcement, it paints a different picture. But again, everyone's always doing the double. Everyone's addicted to getting one-shots. It's an epidemic. What's our best tool against Geonosian Spy as well? I mean, I would assume Fury debuffs. Suspense is buff immunity, right? Yeah. So we have to call mass and hope that we land Suspense. Oh, but Suspense can't be resisted? Oh, but it's 5+ ally, so we don't... Oh, no, we do have it. Okay, they can't be resisted. So we're guaranteed to block Stealth on Spot. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted to just go for the 3-man, but it's a sample size of 1. The fabled forbidden technique. 4 Sith ships. I wish I had 2 accounts on the same fleet shard to just answer this question right now. Yeah. Because the problem is, if we bring this and we don't need it, but we also short sell on how much bleed we're going to take here, then it could just as easily backfire. But also, like... I don't know, do we throw enough heat that we could just feel confident about this? Right, Dagger's not bad by any means. Fuck, man. I feel like I could just see myself getting blasted by droid mass assists. Are we immune to ability block, by the way? I feel like I saw myself... I've done this fight exactly once in the past. And I auto-cleansed the buzz droids, but that didn't get ability block, which seemed odd to me. Nope. Nope. I have no idea where it came from, then. Yeah, let me just go for 3, I guess. All trusts. What? Was this on screen? This wasn't on screen. Fuck. I was curious. I was like, alright, who is this fucking guy who ran the one undersized 3 battle? Let me see how good his ships are, because mine aren't that good. And then I click it. It's fucking me this whole time. Alright, pass self. I think you're full of shit. But I guess I'll trust you. Just this once. Does this mean I should just... Now I'm overthinking it. Now I'm just like, should I default back to my usual play pattern to try to reproduce those results? How does this even work? Who am I anymore? I don't know. I'm the clone. He's the original. Yeah, sure, man. Whatever I say, I guess. Hi. See, what would a past me have done? Usually I use basic. I don't know, sure. Have a vulnerable, I guess? Yeah, see, we don't get ability block. I don't know what's up with that. We don't get a debt on spy. That's at least mildly troubling. I think we care about regen more right now. Or am I overthinking it? We really want to have the Mass Assist move on Spy, but we can always come back around the horn. Oh, that looks very killable right now. It wasn't. But we're not far off. That we're not fucking doing. No, 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 no. I refuse. I'm no longer interested. Are we not taunting? We are now. It's almost as if that last banner score existed for a reason. Crazy. Fucking stop. We're not doing this. One more turn. I hate this so much. Oh, we don't have to worry about feeding a turn meter now. We just need to make sure that we get a chance to refill banners where possible, so we don't want to kill this yet. Alright, banners are full. You're not gonna count for banners against me, right? It's not a real unit, surely. Why the fuck do you have buzz droids on? Fuck off. Get me out of here. Okay, I beat past me. That was a higher number than I was expecting. Fuck, man. Good game, Tom Ford. These matches just take everything out of me. I don't know. I'm glad I won. I apologize if my mental has been kind of sour today, but... Good math, CG. Well, so this is what I don't understand, right? Let's pause and rewind. Full banners. Or, sorry, full health and protection. Full health and protection? 76. I'm not 100%, but 76 is lower than 77, is it not? But we... I don't know. Bonus points for the buzz droid, maybe? Maybe? Bonus points for the buzz droid or bonus points for the enemy capital ship? I don't know what to think. Like, even if it gave us what I would imagine was the proper score, I think we still had a winning score. But why? Eh? Why? I'm not crazy on this, right? 30.5 That's what I'm saying. Is like, I thought we were going to be 75 or 74, maybe. It should have been 74. Because, well, yeah, we were maybe grace period, but I think we were missing full health here. Was anyone else? Maybe it should have been 75 was the expected. What do we get? Now that I'm streaming on YouTube, I can actually just like instant rewind. Cool little perk. Stop talking. Nobody asked. Yeah. What are question mark here? I mean, it's entirely possible. Maybe we got a 77 and maybe SOH.GG. I think banners have been kind of funky in ships lately, but that's entirely possible. But otherwise, was this the kill shot? It was. Okay, so it gave us grace period on the B-28. It's entirely possible that maybe SOH.GG is just getting the wrong information. I think there's a... Yeah, it hasn't happened to me a ton, but I'm pretty sure I've heard of examples of, like, it being unable to read banner data exactly because of, like, emergent mechanics. I mean, we see the score here, right? I don't think it was Buzzroad related, right? 3 full health, 2 full protection. That fits what we see here, assuming grace period here. So honestly, I would assume that maybe my results here was actually just a 77 instead of a 76, and it's just like incorrect here, maybe. Who knows, man? Maybe I need to... I mean, there is no maybe here. I probably need to short my Chia's gameplay. Defeated enemies 8, is that normal? One, two, three. Alright, 2x is not fast though. 4, 5, and 6. There's 7. So maybe... Yeah, there's not an 8. So maybe it did count the ally buzz droid? Man, the protection regen on Dagger is actually, like, extremely... I mean, I can't even call it low-key, because it's fucking not. It was just low-key to me in the past. No wonder this ship has done so much better than Sith Assassin in a lot of circumstances. It's built to last. Look at that shit. 4... Or did I kill one here? Aesthetically, that could have been misplay. Like, if Dagger was 0% protection or, like, 20% protection, I basically just cost myself 20% protection for taking that kill. Oh, the boom. Cool. Pretty good ship. Is it counting 7 droid fighters? That's my assumption, right? We only counted 7 enemies, so this would be the 8th. So maybe I got kill credit for an 8th here. Not sure. Weird. to rewatch myself rewatching myself. That your heart's desire. Alright. Well, that's rolling in the background. I remember if I said you came to Tom Ford. Ugh. These days, man. This is the exact same thing I did last time, though. Like... Oh, wait, I took it off. My mistake. The moment that I get into a cheese match, I just start dooming. It's like... It always kind of shocks me at the end of, like... So what's the example here? I fought against one guy who got, like, a near-perfect score on me. I was just like, alright, this is pointless. Did the full battles, and I think I had, like, 2 drops, and I still came within, like, 5 banners of beating a guy who had no drops otherwise, and, like, a -5 score margin. I don't understand how that's possible. Like, that kind of breaks my brain, because, like, 2 drops is... Here, where is it? Also. And if I'm gonna do this correctly... Oh, wait, but it's locked to my screen, so I can't, like, move it around. The tunnel is fixed. Unlucky. Where is the Kelleran? See, I think the latency might be too high that it's not gonna, like, do the mirror effect that we desire. Actually, it kind of is. Alright, anyway. Gaze into the abyss. Where is Kelleran back? So, I haven't really talked on him yet. I was going to do a live stream and then increasingly did not feel like it. But we're live streaming, so I guess I'll talk about him now. This kit reads as rather mid to me, but there are 2 core factors that mean that it, like... This character's base floor is much higher than other characters for 2 main reasons. He is a Galactic Republic Jedi. Boom, there. Like, that alone. His class is an attacker. I feel pretty confident in saying he is not, in fact, an attacker. Issue number 2 is he has some decent tools, but just like the per slot efficiency is such that, like, let's say he might have a home for now, and I say might because there are more than one circumstance where you are worse off for using him than not using him. It depends on how you're using your Qui-Gon mostly, but, like, you can operate under that assumption. Even if this character has a high floor, this character could very easily just get retired. The moment he has any amount of competition at all, I'm dropping him. It's very likely. Unless all GR Jedi are just doomed to be not that good. Let's talk about it. So, let me get Lysias's picture up here. If I can actually turn streamer mode off. Yeah, why do we talk so much on the Discord? Still an ongoing problem. So we'll have this for reference, but all you need to know for starters. Not familiar with ability multipliers. These are... Dog shit is generous. Like, these are baffling. Like, it has to be some of the worst values that you can find on an attacker. Also, has anyone done the marquee event yet? Do we know if it is... call everyone else to mass or himself? And honestly, knowing the math on this kid now, I don't even know if I care about him calling himself to assists. There's no... We're not missing out. We're missing out on 2 foresights, I guess, potentially. It looked like himself, too. So, maybe it was just a matter of, like, different animation in the kit reveal. I just take it as a learning lesson, right? Don't always necessarily trust kit reveal animations, may not be final, etc., etc. So, like... Is there a tier that isn't just massively underpowered? I should have ignored B2 for last, honestly. Missed opportunity. Maybe you can be the one? Okay, it looks like he does follow up after. Okay, so that's something at least. Next tier is quote-unquote harder. I mean, I'm pretty sure we saw him swinging at the end and there's no one else who would call him to assists. I don't think. It's an attack, so GKs wouldn't, but it's also not a heal. He's not a healer, so I don't know. Try it. He does event just remind you how good Cam is. I'm going to be talking about Cam in a brief second here. Weird. Does it not have the summon? Technically, we could just beat up on him forever if he has the summon. I don't think it's going to happen. All right, let's pass it to Kelleran. Oh, wait, does the marquee unit take up a QWERY? What? Yeah, I guess marquee events have different. And we'll just get through it. Why did he assist? Did I miss an assist clause? Oh, is he like providing his lead? Why did we randomly just assist on that? It's May's lead. Okay. Is the TDB Omicron on? Why is he just assisting? Well, okay, that was a double basic game. They have the TWME on for this battle, don't they? That's why he was in the weird slot. Yeah, they just had us on Omicron on. Wow, for a brief second, it almost looked like the character would be fun, but it's in his lead slot for TW only. Therefore, actually borderline false advertising. Anyway. Okay, so he calls himself to assist at least. That was one thing I was waiting for confirmation on. But for the most part, we talk about his kit, we have to talk about the fact that he's an attacker who does very minimal damage. Like, his protection is decent. It's above the bell curve slightly. You can mod for protection. But, like, 20% of his protection on his nuke on his second special, not much. Alright, think of it this way. How many protection steroids do the Jedi even have? Okay, Kiadi Mundi. Weirdly enough, he doesn't have a protection steroid. Weirdly enough, GR Jedi have a max health steroid. So I don't know, maybe it'd be interesting that you put Cam in front of Kelleran in the slot ordering. Maybe you get, 40% max health and then 30% of that, or whatever the percentage was, converts into protection. I can't say there's no synergy, but I'm pretty sure Kelleran would probably have been more interested if there was just like a plus 40% protection instead of 30% of 40%. But hey, what do I know? So here's the, what's actually going on here. As you saw, we have a mass assist here. We have a team dispel here. Like, whatever, minor true damage, I guess, for scenarios where you're just like struggling to kill something. I'd imagine this ability is probably going to get cranked up by his Datacron set to like actually do something. But this is just like, this is going to hit for more than like 35k to like maybe 45k, depending on mods. It's just not, and like it's a two-turn cooldown, sure. It's a 2-turn dispel, sure. there's just nothing to really get excited for in this kit. And I'm someone who I want characters to be good or interest me. The one bit of spice that I will say here is that this is a interesting new heal mechanic that we've seen that we haven't seen anyone else. This is pretty cool, right? All allies recover health and protection equal to 50% of the damage dealt. We've seen some verbiage like this in some Datacrons in the past, but this is like kind of canonizing it in a kit here. This should be a fat heal, right? This is honestly, for how most Jedi are balanced, this is just an instant full team heal. It should be, anyway, in most circumstances. But, like, the character itself, like, this character to me honestly just reads as worse GK. Sure, you mount him for protection and you'll get bonus offense and armor pet. But his damage values are so bad that, like, I don't understand why he was given... Why CG was, like, played it so safe on him, right? What were they scared of? Were they scared of Qui-Gon lead? Like, is the future of all GR Jedi characters that CG feels like they have to design around Qui-Gon lead so that they don't just give crazy amounts of damage? Like, what are we doing here? So what, if he... If it's his turn to attack again, so I assume if he calls himself to assist, then he'll attack again, and he has a 50% chance to do it a third time. So let's say this 0.83 times 3. Looks like a Kiadi Mundi. Let's just get a slave for reference. Yeah, 150 times 2. Just out of box. It's just right there. Let's look at a character like, what are some other good Jedi attackers? I mean, Anakin's the classic. Look at this. $250% here. I believe this is the 300%. Wait, did they nerf Anakin Basic? I know for a fact this used to be a 300%. What? That's a little bit freaky. I was not expecting that. I don't know if there's any way to check or confirm. I always knew him as he was like the gold standard for a 300% basic. Interesting. Telekinesis, 280%. Gas of the basic, 220%. 500% basic. Cal is not really a good example because he's so specifically weird. JK also kind of a weird example because he's balanced for his true damage. 200% plus true. What's the ratio of the true? Oh. So it's just 400% if it's a tank, 200% otherwise. Yep, 320% on Atara lunge. Right, the like 280 to 300 to 320% is like the usual ballpark for most Jedi stuff. So what? I guess now that we know that he calls himself to assist, so there's a 0.83, and then he does basic twice, so it's a 2.4 with a what 50% chance upside. Where is it? Oh, here. Yeah, while he has protection, he has 100% counter chance, a 50% chance to attack again whenever he uses his basic ability and can't drop below 100% health. So if you assume that he uses the mass assists and then uses this 3 times, you're kind of in the ballpark for a normal Jedi attacker, is I guess what I'm seeing here. I'm not a fan of the RNG. I really kind of wish it was just... Like, I'm kind of just like, why? It feels like CG is scared of something here. So I guess what this is really saying is his counterattacks aren't going to do much of anything, except I guess give someone foresight. And you pretty much never want to be using Jedi Bravery unless you just hold it as a cleanse. And then for these 2 other buttons, you're just gonna, like, every time you press a button, just pray that he attacks 3 times instead of 2. And then he's kind of just on bar. I guess, like, when you put the math in context, it's not horrifically wet noodle. But fuck, man. And I haven't talked about the main thing. We're just talking about damage numbers as an attacker right now. We talk about the main thing? Okay. I mean, I haven't really actually, like, read the kit. Okay, deal damage, grant foresight if it's his turn attack again. So we saw 100% counter chance when he has protection. But the counter is, like... The counter is more so just, like, a GK counter, right? The floor for his basic is GK basic. It's pretty much what we're talking here. This, Clever One assist, all his gain offense up. You get the team heal. You get the mass assists. This is kind of just going to be his best move, I guess. Like, we're kind of just going to be jumping between lightsaber training and basic for the most part. You use this as needed, but otherwise, like... If people are just defaulting to their normal play pattern where they just use specials first because they're specials, this is literally just a massive damage loss. Right? Think of it this way. If your protection, 20% of Kelleran max protection, if that's projected to do 35k, 45k, maybe with God tier mods 50k with R9 or whatever, think about the damage that you see in a Qui-Gon lead team. Qui-Gon lead comfortably starts at 6 digits before Qui-Gon dies. And we're usually talking like a 200, 250k on the table. Kind of depends on the Cron set, right? We just got through foresight stacking, so we're talking less than it was for the last 4 months. But just like when you read this kit, when you play this character, this is not an upside. This is a downside. You don't use it because of this. Maybe keep in mind the true damage, you know, maybe if you're facing crazy armor. Knowing that you have a portion of true damage in your back pocket as a tool, worth keeping in mind. But like the classic example that I would point you to is like Grand Inquisitor. So Grand Inquisitor is basic. The triple hit is you deal true damage. And normally if you read that, you're like, oh man, it's true damage. But it's not armor ignoring critable. The rules of the game say that true damage cannot crit. So inherently, we have this faction, this squad, that's very, very comfortable stacking a bunch of offense, a bunch of damage modifiers, hitting fat nukes, and you're forcing the character to do a flat, uncrittable amount of damage instead. Again, there will be some cases where, like, maybe an enemy just has a massive amount of defense where you're like, okay, this true damage actually has potential. You never want to reach for this ability first. This is your bread and butter. This is your second option. You sit on this for a cleanse, and otherwise you just forget it exists. That is my personal opinion on this character. The other thing we got to talk about. So yeah, he sacrifices health for protection. He converts protection into health and armor pen. It's a flat amount of armor pen, which is pretty okay, but also worth noting that his base value is also pretty solid for an agility attacker. So, like, I don't think that I don't think we really have much of an opinion on it being or not being percentage. Anyway, it's a good amount. We're happy to see it, right? He's an agility attacker kind of cosplaying as a strength attacker. He won't make nearly as good a usage for mastery purposes, but like fine. It's more than fine. He's doing okay. I guess the biggest thing to note would be because they took it out of his base stats and put it into his kit. It also means that sets that have like high armor pen, he is going to make worse usage of because, you know, let's say this is a character with 400 armor pen, but 200 is coming from his unique. I don't believe that the cron stats would apply to his unique. I believe it only applied to this. So essentially, armor pen sets, he will make better usage of them than most characters will, but it is still, he's only getting half of the usage of the cron that his kit normally would get for the final value that he would normally have. Just a dynamic to keep in mind. The main thing we gotta talk about is you gotta ask yourself how you're using Qui-Gon Lead at the moment, because this is a cool clause, you know, 100% counter chance while he has protection. Chance to attack again where he uses a basic. Can't drop below 100% health while he has protection. Kind of cool. I'm kind of shocked we haven't seen this mechanic more. Basically, it's kind of like a guaranteed shielding of like, you can't be overkill one shot. They have to kill you in 2 shots, essentially. It's cool. Hope that we see it in more characters. But the main thing I want to talk about first, maybe we see all these clauses. If the ally leader is a GR Jedi and not a GL, they gain second wins. Which the Leia mechanic, I'm pretty sure Leia's the one who started it, right? It's essentially a savior. Yeah, first time that would be reduced to 1% health, recover 50% health and protection instead. If you are using this team on offense, right, so much of the time that we use Qui-Gon is just Qui-Gon Death Waiting Room. This is like running zombie with Marin. This is, you are giving yourself insurance against the game plan that you want. And there are some cases where like we figure out, hey, maybe, you know, Cam can taunt here, we can play for Qui-Gon to survive. But usually we are talking worse banners if you go for that game plan. And you risk losing because there are some fights where just like, if you don't get that quick Anakin kill, you have incoming crowd control, which granted, like we have a cleanse here. Maybe this could signal that they could be happy to try to stay alive with Qui-Gon dead. You also are with Qui-Gon alive. You also have a good heal to kind of solve the banner issues with Qui-Gon alive. But is that really a build that you want to commit to? Like, if we're talking the team on defense, I do think there could be some potential if we're trying to flip the usual Qui-Gon counters to try to make Qui-Gon tanky and just try to lean into this. But there's 2 issues. One, bounty hunters have always been a Qui-Gon counter that also kind of struggled with the GK Ahsoka version. This effectively solves that matchup for them. You can just focus on Qui-Gon and not really care. You don't have to worry about Anakin getting pissed off or anything. Issue 2 is, I don't think it really fixes, right? Like once Turbo Qui-Gon kind of got understood by the community that we knew how to play around it. So Anakin, his AoE has a 3-turn cooldown, right? So let's say the usual matchup dynamic is, let's say it's a Turbo Qui-Gon on defense. Let's say first thing he's doing is using AoE before you go. The only hypothetical where this successfully sets up a trap is you would need your opponent to knock Qui-Gon below 50% health enough to trigger Anakin, but not trigger the second winds. Then you would need the second wind to trigger on a separate hit. But even then, that actually doesn't satisfy. For whatever reason, the second wind wouldn't actually count as an ally dying, right? Yeah, it wouldn't count as defeated. No, this doesn't work. The use case that I had in mind actually falls short still. So then what, the use case would just be like tanky Qui-Gon with Barris or something? But again, Barris kind of feeds bounty hunters. I don't know, man. The thing that I think that CG is kind of trying to set up here is that normally the opponent just lets Qui-Gon or Anakin AoE pass before Qui-Gon has died. And then, you know, you piss Anakin off, but you're just going to deal with a basic rather than a team wiping AoE. The thing that I think they're trying to shoot for with this is that you have an opportunity to try to set up a trap or a puzzle for your opponent where if they, you know, if they aren't thinking about it and they just try to kill Qui-Gon normally, maybe you could try to rig it so that Anakin would take 2 basic bonus turns before Qui-Gon dies, so that when the opponent kills Qui-Gon, He's back on AoE for the second time. Gotta be tough, though. I guess the best that you could say is maybe even if you don't put that much thought into it, maybe on average, Anakin would take a second turn while he's pissed off. But, like, once Qui-Gon dies and Anakin goes once, usually you're just immediately controlling him. I don't think that's a real assumption. Overall, it's a piece of a puzzle that I think if this hit like a year ago, I would have been much more interested in. I just don't know if Turbo Qui-Gon can really belong on defense anymore. Maybe it's a meta call, right? If set 11 expires and we don't have crazy defense in the next Kron set, maybe it could come back. It's possible. But also kind of line up timing for when Kelleran and Beck hit shipments. Also, what move does he use first? Default-wise. I mean, auto AI is not necessarily defense AI, but at least gives us an idea. Save yours status, you cannot do it if you wanted. Very interesting to point out, actually. Okay. At least on auto, he uses the mass assists. It's so weird to think about. What do I think about this character? I think as I've been checking, confirming a couple of things, I think knowing that his mass assist calls himself now, maybe I feel a little bit less pessimistic on him. I still don't think he's ever earning a good rating from me. But he, again, being a GR Jedi, he doesn't have to be sick. He just needs to be fine enough. Right? Think of it this way, right? Obviously, not a real test environment scenario. These missions always have a bunch of screwy stuff going on with them. Anakin hit for 32k, Kelleran hit for 12k. If Kelleran... If you hit the 50% proc... This dude is just Millennium Falcon, huh? If you hit the 50% assists, you have fairly standard Jedi damage numbers. That's a bigger if than I would like, for me personally, in my characters, but like... I don't know. Maybe he's okay. I have no problem changing my mind if, like, in the face of emerging evidence. And the fact that this calls himself now, or confirmed does, it's a little bit different. Jedi House inflicted with healing immunity to gain 40% protection up and tenacity up. Pretty clearly targeting Bad Batch. CG's doing the thing where they're just trying to at least make Bad Batch work harder for a few things. Is there a new Galactic Challenge live today? There is not. It's tomorrow. And it's leaks tomorrow. Probably. I feel like this doesn't necessarily stop Bad Batch from winning. I think you would just need to go with a different turn order suddenly. All you would have to do is fish for shit like Wrecker Stun first. Like, what happens if you just go, like, I don't know, either Echo first or Echo Basic? Then maybe even just blow Tech Grenade just for tempo. I mean, that's what we did today, right? We used Echo Grenade first. And normally, I hate that shit. Normally, I tell you, like, that's borderline match losing. But we were able to still pretty much line up at the correct sequence to get our cooldown reset. So what stops us from just, like, going Tech Grenade to pop the Foresight only? Just to pop the Foresight. Pop the Foresight, then you just go for Wrecker Stun. That's the like this clause doesn't exist. You grab an AoE 2-turn stun and they just play it out from there. I feel like you're probably doing pretty okay. 51% tenacity is not too crazy. I don't know. I'm curious on how he will fit into the 5v5 season after this next 5v5 season. Like, where would you really care about using him in 3v3 at the moment? I don't know that you would. Also, how much factional is he? Galactic Republic, if all. Yeah, so he loses the... Like, if you try to use it with JKL or whatever, you lose this clause. What about, like... Call all GR Jedi allies to assists. So he's not that interesting for Cal necessarily either. Weird. Right, like, anyone who gets him right now, like, we're in a 3v3 season. Kinda, who cares? I don't know. I'm kind of glad that I talked it out here. I was kind of ready to blow him off. I feel like I have a better, like, fuller understanding of the shape of where he's at. Like, I think he will be capable, at least inconsistently, of putting out respectable damage. And also, yeah. Jedi allies inflicted with target lock, they recover health and protection and gain 10% turn meter. I feel like Grievous is still just not going to care about any of this at all. Grievous just has an excellent tool set to deal with the squad, right? You get the repeatable dispels and buff immunity to stop foresight. You just have a good tool set package. You got Newt Extortion, perfect for diffusing Anakin pissed off turn 2. You got your stuns. You got your stacking potency. It's just a solid matchup for them. But again, like, maybe you could try to brute force a Grievous team down. Set 12, not really making a huge stat impact. Set 13, if it's not a crazy stat impact either, then we're kind of based back on vanilla GAC rules. And under that circumstance, maybe Turbo Qui-Gon looks better again. Raises some major questions. And we, by the way, we kind of, we don't know, obviously, but like, set 13, right? Kind of has to be Mandalorian, you would imagine. Kind of probably Imperial Remnant, you would imagine. I mean, that doesn't really give us any inkling on the stats. But also, you would imagine that maybe GR, Jedi, or at least Galactic Republic, could be one of those factions. Yeah, I'll say maybe. Let's say even if there is no GR Jedi, as long as the stats don't just give Grievous an option to just run a defense crown and walk all over you, it's possible we see a resurgence. Who the hell knows? Target lock numbers are so low too. I mean, Grievous has tenacity up, and like, this is preventable. Like, this feels more Bad Batch targeted than Grievous targeted, and I feel like you would prefer the opposite. You would rather give Grievous a harder time and then possibly let Bad Batch through, because Bad Batch has more stuff they can target than Grievous does. I mean, Grievous can go sea hunting, can go JMO hunting, but you don't necessarily always see those either. And especially this next season, I assume is just going to be very cheesy anyway, due to a few factors. Yeah, okay. He has earned, well, okay, I don't know if I'm going to say he's earned my respect, but it's not an amazing reason to exist, but it is a reason to exist. And if you look at every single number possible and put it all together, it's not a complete wet noodle fest. You just need him to deal 4 instances of his shitty ratio to land up being a normal character. If you get this times 4, then you get roughly the equivalent of a normal Jedi basic. That's the highest form of praise that I have for him. You get a normal Jedi basic every 4 turns. And then you get a mediocre Jedi basic, 50% chance. That's about it. What a weird thing. I don't know. Again. Possibly useful tool set for trying to keep Qui-Gon alive. Not really complaining about having an extra dispel for Jedi teams as well. Never hurts to have. It's just unfortunate that's tied to an ability that you would rather not use. We'll see. Yeah, alright. Like a solid 6 out of 10 character or something. It's fine. Still not really interested in doing a test for him. Especially since, like, 33 use case seems not good at all. But I'm not going to mind picking him up as much. Alright, we can call it there. I need to get out of this chair. Get up and do some stuff. Alright, we'll be back next time. Fighting against... Nah. I'll do that when Bo comes. Alright, Curtis again. To be continued. We'll be back next time. Anyway. Peace out.